Hi, CBS. I'm Tom Ellis. I can't wait for you to see my new show, CIA, coming CBS Fall.
America, this is what you're about.
You need each other.
Let this nation hear this story. Let it hear this story.
And how this affects jobs and technology across the country. Your 19 News at 11 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
A first look at your forecast starting with tonight. We'll have mostly cloudy skies. We'll have some clear skies in there too, and a few leftover showers for Manistee and up to Houghton, and mostly cloudy skies there into the mid-50s. We won't warm up all too much for tomorrow, especially for Marquette into the mid-60s. It'll be a struggle to get to the 70s, and we'll start out with a few showers into the morning time. Some of us will have nice and sunny skies and close to 80 degrees. I'll have all those details, where, when, and why, coming up in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Kelly. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has dismissed all members of the CDC Advisory Committee on Immunizations. The secretary says he wants to restore public trust in vaccines, but some congressional members worry the secretary could fill the positions with vaccine skeptics. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp has the details.
In an op-ed piece published in the Wall Street Journal, HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy announced he fired all 17 members on the Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices, better known as ACIP.
So the ACIP is just a collection of really interesting and smart people in the industry, clinicians, vaccine researchers, policymakers who come together and look at the evidence. And they look at it all from their own individual perspectives, and they come together collectively to make recommendations.
ACIP plays a pivotal role in safeguarding public health through vaccine policy. Second, its guidance impacts immunization strategies, childhood immunization, seasonal influenza, adult vaccine schedules, and also responses to emergency infectious disease threats. Public confidence in vaccines depends on the credibility, transparency, and scientific rigor of advisory bodies like ACIP, and any changes in membership and potential restructuring, in my opinion, should be evaluated carefully.
The secretary, a vaccine skeptic, says he removed all members to restore public's trust in vaccines. Republican Senator Bill Cassidy, who is also a doctor, shared on social media, of course, now the fear is that the ACIP will be filled up with people who know nothing about vaccines except suspicion. I've just spoken with Secretary Kennedy, and I'll continue to talk with him to ensure this is not the case. But not everyone shares those concerns.
I think what Secretary Kennedy is trying to do is rebuild the institution of public health in America.
In Washington, Rachel Knapp, WZMQ 19 News.
President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill is drawing sharp criticism from the solar industry, who say it could dismantle years of clean energy progress. WZMQ 19 News Washington, D.C. correspondent Brendan Scanlon breaks down why solar advocates say the legislation could hit American workers, electric bills, and even America's role in AI development.
From rooftops to rural farms, solar power now energizes more than just homes. It fuels an entire industry, but advocates warn that a sweeping legislative package making its way through Congress could cloud its future.
Dramatic and devastating cut to the solar and storage tax credits.
Abigail Hopper says the bill would effectively repeal solar and storage tax credits, which help bring down costs for various solar projects and manufacturing. It could mean slashing support for a technology that not only provides America's cheapest electricity, but is essential to powering data centers that are fueling the race for AI dominance.
And this bill undercuts our ability to do that. There won't be enough electricity for those data centers. There won't be enough electricity for us to win the AI race.
Hopper says consumers nationwide could face a $51 billion increase in electric bills over the next decade, about $100 each year for every family, as well as greater exposure to power shortages, particularly in rural America. Hopper wants to see the Senate amend the bill and provide a more rational, business-conscious phase-out of the tax credits, and not what was included in the House-passed bill.
Companies have spent billions of dollars building infrastructure here, and to change the rules on them with 60 days notice is just unconscionable.
Now, as far as solar, I'm all for it now, but it needs to survive on its own. I mean, we are running deficits of $2 trillion.
Congressman Dan Muser voted to pass the big, beautiful bill, but says he would support a more gradual phase-out of the tax credits over the next several years.
In a way that doesn't put businesses out of business.
With just weeks to go until the start of a new fiscal year, lawmakers in Lansing still haven't finalized a state budget. While there's a deadline in state law, experts say it's more of a goal than a requirement. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy takes a closer look at what that means for schools and taxpayers.
Michigan lawmakers are expected to pass a budget by July 1st, but if they don't, there are no legal consequences.
I think it's very unlikely that there would be a lawsuit, or rather that there'd be a successful lawsuit.
One Michigan State University law professor says that deadline is aspirational, not enforceable, and that creates a challenge for local governments and schools, which begin their fiscal years on July 1st.
Especially with, revenues being estimated to be down this year, without having a clear sense as to what the state legislature is actually going to provide, it causes more chaos for school districts as they, begin to plan their budgets, begin the school year, and so on.
As lawmakers consider all options to deliver a budget despite the stagnation in the House, legal experts say if a lawsuit is filed, courts won't force lawmakers to act.
There's so many discretionary choices that have to be made when formulating a budget, choices that judges are not going to make themselves.
Even with a constitutional duty to pass a budget, judges have little power to intervene.
It would be virtually unheard of in any state in the country to have a lawsuit actually produce a vote on something like this.
Earlier this year, lawmakers filed a separate lawsuit over the House's failure to forward bills to the governor, an unprecedented move that underscored the gridlock in Lansing. Since then, the chambers have only managed to pass 5 bills, all of them just in time to meet a strict deadline.
When you have legislatures that are split with one party controlling one chamber, one party controlling another, you're always going to have points of contention. But here it genuinely seems to be the case that the Senate is dissatisfied with the House's inaction.
Now, with another deadline looming, Michigan's divided government faces a critical test ahead of the new fiscal year. From Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
In January, U.S. Democratic Senator Gary Peters announced he would not be running for re-election after his term ends this year. This has opened the door for an open seat on the U.S. Senate for Michigan candidates like Dr. Abdul El-Sayed, who stopped in Marquette this evening. WZMQ's Andrew Hands reports.
In his campaign for the 2026 U.S. Senate seat to represent Michigan, Dr. Abdul El-Sayed made his way to Marquette tonight to catch the attention of Upers, talking policies specifically on some of the issues he says that have gone unaddressed by current members of the Senate.
We've got to take that on. To me, I think that starts with taking on the way that corporations have been able to rig our economy through our politics by buying access to politicians. So we've got to take that on.
Abdul is a University of Michigan graduate and a devoted leader in Wayne County's public health system. Originally going to school to become a doctor before shifting into politics, he uses his medical backgrounds and his objectives, pointing out symptoms in this administration that can be treated with the right actions.
One of the things you start to realize when you talk to enough people who are sick is that the things that make them sick tend to be things that happen outside their bodies, right? It's about the society they live in. And when you get curious about that, that's what led me into public health and ultimately led me into politics.
While working as the executive director of the Detroit Health Department, Abdul's team heavily impacted communities during the Flint water crisis. His campaign looks to fight against environmental issues, pushing for better energy resources surrounding Earth's largest body of fresh water.
If we're serious about being able to both lower our energy prices and save the Earth and save our resources like the Great Lakes, I think we need to be thinking about how do we invest in the technologies of the future around energy.
In November of 2026, El Sayed will be one of many Michigan candidates looking to take the open seat in the U.S. Senate. In Marquette, Andrew Hands, WZMQ 19 News.
El Sayed's campaign trail will take him to Escanaba tomorrow. Delta County is one step closer to hiring a new administrator. As we reported last week, current administrator Ashley Young is stepping down to take over management of the county airport. The Board of Commissioners selected Emily DeSalvo as the next administrator. DeSalvo formerly held the title until 2023, when a previous makeup of the board voted to fire her. Today, the board approved a draft of DeSalvo's new contract, which includes a salary of $93,000 with two merit-based $3,000 increases after 6 and 12 months. If DeSalvo is fired during this term, the contract prohibits her from being hired for another supervisory role within the county for 3 years unless she pays back her severance package. Two board members will now negotiate the terms with DeSalvo. The 8th annual Iron Mountain Brewfest is happening this weekend with all the food, music, and of course, the beer. We have a preview. And slip on your cowboy boots and put on your 10-gallon hat. The Great Lakes Rodeo is coming to Gwinn this weekend. All that and more when we come back.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to get their car fixed. John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to fix their car. Was that right? For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market. Why do I keep forgetting that word? Experience. Okay, go. 3, 2. For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market.
And don't forget, we're our
Jennifer Hudson Show. Oscar nominee for Best Actress, Honora's Mikey Madison.
Every bit of that nomination is well deserved.
Plus,
I'm gonna bring you another rose later.
Comedian and content creator, Drewski.
It's just no telling what you're gonna say. It's so funny.
Then a school celebrating students.
The Jennifer Hudson Show, tomorrow at 5 on WZMQ TV CBS, followed by 19 News at 6.
Here's a Father's Day special. This big man's Lazy Boy is just $7.99 while they last.
The UP loves to be outdoors. Running, fishing, hiking, biking. If it's happening outside, you want to be a part of it. And this little baby is what you need to be ready. It's local and 100% free, 24/7. WZMQ 19's news app can show you the best times to be out, what to wear, how to stay safe, whether to bring along the kids. It's your problem-solving power tool. The WZMQ 19 app, now playing on a phone near you.
Pure Outdoor is the first program dedicated to increasingly popular outdoor and eco sports. Individual and adventurous. Journey to the world's most exotic, breathtaking locations. Pure Outdoor.
Now, WZMQ TV 19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Kelly Rowland.
Welcome back. We are starting off with this forecast with a look into Erie, Pennsylvania, specifically Noyle Road, where an EF2 tornado touched down. Now, the National Weather Service in the Cleveland office was there this morning, and they look at various different things to confirm a tornado. They go back on the radar to see debris signatures and velocities, and the National Weather Service are the only people that can actually confirm a tornado, and it's confirmed after the fact whether it's an EF0, an EF1, all the way up to an EF5 5, and it's based off of a few different things: the wind speeds that it reaches, and of course the damage that is done. So the EF2, specifically this tornado, actually had winds of 115 miles per hour. There was also an EF0 tornado there too, into just a county south of Erie County, and another one up to New York County, Cattaraugus County, that was just shy of an EF2 status. So lots of tornadoes going on in an area that was not typically seen with tornadoes. So just showing you that tornadoes don't understand, nor do they care about county lines or state lines. If the ingredients are there, they very much can happen. So it's important to be weather aware. And we're back to Marquette now. We are not seeing any weather alerts, no watches, no warnings for us, especially no air quality warnings at the moment. We might run into a little bit of those issues for Wednesday, specifically the morning and afternoon time. We're likely going to be seeing that dense smoke cover come back to the area, just with those north winds likely going to be in effect. It looks like the wildfires there have been a little bit more contained, which is always good news, but as soon as we get those winds coming from the wildfire smoke into the area, that's when we can be subjected to, especially those with health issues, to be affected by it. But the Blades bait and tackle fishing outlook gets a 2 out of 4 stars for tomorrow. And again, if you are starting to feel any chest tightness, you know who you are, and especially over the last few days, if you felt that, come inside. But if you are going to fish, not too bad tomorrow, maybe a few drizzles for the morning time, and northwest winds at about 10 to 20 miles per hour. First morning weather futurecast, here's those leftover showers out to Newberry and Manistee, and we'll continue to see kind of that on and off cloud cover with chilly temperatures, especially for Marquette. As soon as we get those north winds in effect, we know what happens there. Doesn't matter what month it is, it's going to be a little chillier than it normally is. But the rain outlook's not looking too bad. A trace of rain, 1/10 of an inch or so. Not seeing torrential downpours, and the future winds will stay pretty behaved too. Lots of single-digit wind values below 10 miles per hour, even through Wednesday night and into Thursday, when we could see some of those scattered showers. Slightly above average temperatures beyond your 7-day, really, your next 6 to 10-day outlook. So on your 7-day, you are going to see chilly temperatures. These are well below average, 54, 52 for Friday. Scattered showers, not going to see sunshine there. Definitely not going to warm us up, but headed into the weekend, things will start to turn around. Clearing skies for Saturday, slightly warmer temperatures for Sunday with lots of sunshine and a few showers, and 70s to start the next week.
The Friends of the Escanaba Public Library are kicking off the summer season tomorrow evening. The group will host its annual ice cream social on the North Lawn at 6 p.m. Guests can enjoy cake and ice cream and a performance by the city band. The free event serves as the start of this year's summer reading program, and it's a celebration of the work the Friends of the Library do all year long.
Friends of the Library is a nonprofit organization that was started in 1988 by a bunch of book enthusiasts to supplement the library in author series, Ancestry.com, digitization of the newspapers, the story walk. The library is not just about books anymore. Far more than you expect is our tagline. So,
to help fund that work, the Friends will hold a used book sale in the City Hall foyer before the ice cream social from 4 to 6. Iron Mountain is getting ready for a popular annual summer festival. The 8th annual Brewfest is coming to Iron Mountain on June 14th with 15 craft beer vendors, including breweries, distillers, and cideries from all over Michigan and even northern Wisconsin. New this year, the Iron Mountain DDA is partnering with a local hair and beard parlor to hold a beard and mustache competition during the event. The Iron Mountain DDA says Brewfest is a great way to start the summer.
Just love a way to get together at the beginning of the summer. We kind of call it our kickoff to summer, and it's a really fun event. It's very unique for the area. You know, we bring in vendors from, all the way from Zeeland, Michigan, and far downstate.
Admission will be $40 with designated driver tickets available for $10. The Father's Day weekend, the Great Lakes Rodeo will be back in Gwinn. Friday at noon will kick off the weekend's first rodeo competition before the main performance at 6 p.m. On Saturday morning, a parade will start at 10, followed by another full day of competitions and a main evening performance. A new Great Lakes Rodeo queen and court are also set to be voted for, with last year's reigning court making an appearance in Saturday's parade.
So what are some of the events that people are going to see this weekend at the rodeo?
bull riding, horse riding, and the rodeo clown. I get to ride it in like a carriage with horses, and I get to smile for candy and wave.
Both nights will feature an after party at 9 p.m. on the rodeo grounds with food and merchandise vendors available throughout the weekend. Tickets are $10 per child and $15 for adults and can be found online or at the event. The Escanaba Girls High School softball team gets a win at a downstate tournament. Sports is straight ahead after the break.
At Big Valley Ford in Ewan, we're more than just a dealership. We're your hometown partner in finding the perfect ride. With a huge selection of high-quality vehicles, there's something here for every lifestyle and every budget. Looking for value? We've got one of the largest selections of pre-owned Ford trucks in the UP, all in excellent condition and low miles, along with a huge selection of new Broncos and trucks all ready to roll. Experience the Big Valley difference at Big Valley Ford in Ewan.
Your wallet is always in danger. Criminals can hack your information without you even knowing. Introducing Slim Mint, an ultra-thin RFID blocking wallet that keeps your cards and cash protected. Slim Mint uses the latest RFID blocking technology to prevent thieves from stealing your info. It's ergonomically designed to optimize space and keep your belongings organized. With the auto-locking Slim Mint, your cards and money stay securely in place. It has a built-in cash clip and a flexible outer band to fit your additional cards and cash. Call or click now and get Slim Mint for just $29.99. Order in the next 5 minutes and you'll get an instant $10 discount. So it's only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get Slim Mint at this low price. There's a strict limit of 3 Slim Mint wallets while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-653-7551. Call or visit slimmintwallet.com. So call 1-800-653-7551. Order now.
What's bothering Archie?
Politics. What the Supreme Court says ain't got nothing to do with the law.
Zucchini.
What do you call this?
Zucchini.
Looks like a cooked pickle. How to raise children. Get out of here!
Sexual freedom.
What kind of a problem have they got?
It's sexual.
Sheesh.
Door tax.
Goldfish. Come on now, I draw the line on goldfish.
See what's bothering Archie.
All in the Family, Sundays from 8 to 10 on WZMQ Me TV.
Good evening, everyone. It's been a busy tournament for Escanaba in the Division II softball rankings, beating number 3 Gaylord last Saturday. Today they get number 2 Hudsonville Unity Christian down in Mount Pleasant in a quarterfinal. So let's go down there right now and take a look at the action. And it was a tough one today as Matea Berzema hit it well, but in the bottom of the 7th, Escanaba shortstop Mandy Mott will make the nice running catch. A short time later, Molly Versluis is up, and this one's going gapping until Addie Noblet reaches out and makes the catch. Yeah, nobody scored yet. We're going into the 8th inning. Escanaba finally gets some base runners. Clara Braun will take this pitch right up the middle. That's a base hit. Harley Kuhlman crosses the plate. Here comes Mary Kay Taranjo. And the next thing you know, it's a 2-0 lead for Escanaba. They added one more. LaMarche had 14 strikeouts, and Escanaba advances to the semifinal with a 3-0 victory in 8 innings over Unity Christian.
Want to be there for your team and do it for them, so you just have to go in with confidence and trust in yourself that you can do it and just make contact with the ball, put it in play.
Were you sitting on anything in particular?
No, I mean she was throwing good strikes earlier in the count, so you kind of knew to swing early and attack, and that's kind of been her motto all year is attack early, jump on it. So that's what we did.
Andy, how did you catch those?
I have no idea. I just booked it as fast as I could, just hoping to get there. Oh shoot, oh shoot, oh shoot, and then I'm just booking it as fast as I can, just trying to get there. It's euphoric. It is so amazing to know that your team's right there cheering you on after you make the play, and it's just so, it's just amazing. It's so fun.
Sometimes you're hitting, sometimes you're not. And today it took us 8 innings to get hitting, and and Grayson kept us in it. And I couldn't be more proud of the player. She pitched a gem for us today.
Escanaba will meet Richmond Thursday in a D2 semifinal at Michigan State at 12:30. Richmond excused Goodrich 6-0 this afternoon. Meanwhile, in Division 3, second-ranked Gladstone against number 1 Clare at Sheboygan. Good crowd on hand for this one. Pick it up in the bottom of the first and second for Clare. A swinging bunt by Morgan Campbell. She is out, but the runners advance to second and third. However, Tia Schoen says, nope, that's not going to happen. Strikes out the batter to end the threat. Kylie Wyman pitching for the Pioneers. She picks up a couple of strikeouts of her own in the second inning. Clare threatening in the bottom of the third. The line drive was snagged there. Now in the fourth, a 1-2-3 double play keeps Gladstone off the board. Taking to the bottom of the fifth, runners on first and second. Addison McMillan finally gets a hold of one, and this one is going pretty much to the wall. 1 run will score. The second one will be thrown out at the plate right there, but it was a 1-0 lead at that point, and that's all Wyman needed. They get an out after an overthrow after a steal. They record the final out, and Gladstone's season came to an end. 1-0 to the Clare Pioneers. Braves conclude a very good season at 31-5. Meanwhile, in Division 4 in Sault Ste. Marie, Go Gibbik ran into a hot team today. Hillman wins 9-1. Miners' season ends at 18-11. The funeral for a longtime Ishpeming radio broadcaster is tomorrow. Ed Holmgren died Friday at UP Health System Marquette. He called Hematites football, basketball, and occasionally some ski jumping competitions for several stations for 50 years. Holmgren worked for the Marquette County Road Commission for 30 years. Visitation will be tomorrow at 11 a.m. at Bethany Evangelical Lutheran Church in Ishpeming. The funeral service will begin at 1 p.m. Holmgren was known for ending his games with the phrase, "It takes a good sport to make a sport good." Ed Holmgren was 85 years old. The 39th Upper Peninsula Basketball All-Star Games will be held Thursday night at Bay College in Escanaba instead of the usual Saturday afternoon. Skills competition will take place at 5 o'clock. The girls' game has started the slate at 5:30 with the boys around 7:30. Meanwhile, Michigan Tech has announced the 59th Annual Great Lakes Invitational Hockey Tournament will take place Sunday, December 28th and Monday, December 29th at Van Andel Arena in Grand Rapids. Michigan Tech will meet Miami in the first semifinal Sunday at 3:30, followed by Michigan State and Ferris State in the nightcap, with the third place game and championship games being held on Monday, the 29th. Tickets will go on sale in September. Major League Baseball, Tigers back in action tonight. They are on the road at Baltimore, taking on the Orioles at Camden Park. And in the fourth inning, tied at 1, Javier Baez singles on a line drive to right field. That'll get a run across the plate, and the Tigers have a 2-1 lead. Darren Dingler will be up in the fifth inning with a runner on base, and he puts one into play. And the Tigers are back in business 3-1. As that one goes down the right field line right there. Spencer Torkelson would get his 16th home run of the year in the fifth inning as well. And the Tigers go on to win this one by the count of 5-3. Let's show Spencer hitting his home run. We have a second here. There we go. He launches that one, and a good effort was made, but nope, that was not going to be caught. Meanwhile, the Braves and the Brewers, and we'll go right to the bottom of the third in this one, and Jackson Churio will hit a 2-run homer to give the Brewers a 2-0 lead, and Milwaukee goes on to win this one by the count of 4-1. So a pretty busy day in sports, and we will be right back.
It's Father's Day, and Dad deserves the best. Shop Kirkish Furniture's Father's Day sale on now. Save on Lazy Boy recliners, grills, indoor smokers, Restonic and Tempur-Pedic mattresses, beverage cenders, ice makers, patio furniture, air conditioners, and so much more. 12 months free financing and always free local delivery at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton.
Automakers never stop thinking about your safety. When they discover a safety defect, they issue a safety recall and cover the cost of repairs. It doesn't matter how old your vehicle is or if you're not the original owner. All you need to do is bring it in. Do your part by checking for safety recalls at checktoprotect.org.
What's bothering Archie?
Politics.
What the Supreme Court says ain't got nothing to do with the law.
How to raise children.
Get out of here.
Door tap.
Goldfish. Come on now, I draw the line on goldfish.
See what's bothering Archie on All in the Family.
Sundays from 8 to 10 on WZMQ Me TV.
I'm Sophia Murphy at the Capitol in Lansing, only on WZMQ 19 News.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by the Window Store.
Why should you consider re-siding your home? Your home is the largest investment you'll make. Protect it with new siding installed by the experts at the Window Store. We offer a range of affordable, high-quality siding options, including premium ABC seamless steel siding with attractive financing options available. And we install all winter long across the entire UP. Schedule your appointment today and enjoy the Window Store experience for yourself. Your clear choice is the Window Store.
Welcome back. A final check of your forecast to start planning your day tomorrow and even get a head start on the weekend, perhaps. We will see temperatures into the mid-70s overall. Into the Marquette area, it might be a struggle to get to the 70s just with those kind of northern winds into effect and a few of those leftover showers, especially for Marquette and out to Newberry down to Manistee too into the lower 70s. If that discourages you at all and you're waiting for some warmer temperatures, we are only 10 days away from the official start of summer, the summer solstice on June 20th, specifically at 10:41 p.m. And on your 7-day, we're not going to quite see those average temperatures as 71 degrees. We'll be a little chilled with chilly sunshine for your Wednesday and Thursday, increased cloud cover and a few scattered showers just ahead of your weekend. We'll have lots of sunshine for the weekend, not tracking the rain showers there, and it will be chilly, and we'll start to have some recovering temperatures for the next week ahead with some seasonal showers and temperatures near 70 degrees.
Thank you, Kelly. The United States Postal Service held a dedication ceremony today for the new Barbara Bush postage stamp. The ceremony marked the 100th anniversary of the former First Lady's birth. The stamp is based on the official 2005 White House portrait. That's all the time we have from all of us at 19 News. Good night.
Now at Hardee's, My Rewards members get their favorite thirst quencher for just $1, like new handcrafted peach tea and peach lemonade, or any cup of Hardee's ice cold goodness for just $1 when you order on the app.